Yo, what's poppin', MVP gang? It's your boy, Pravi MVP, back with another banger. And today, we touching on a topic I know that a lot of you are out here experiencing. How trash majority of the user base is at this game. You already know I'm about to cook. So since you here, go ahead, fire out that like button and help keep real talk in the algorithm. March Madness giveaway is live. To qualify, become a member of the channel at any level. Join the Discord link, which will be in the description, and stay active on the channel. 3 winners will be awarded April 1st with a boost to their 2K grind. And of course, I got more live gameplay for all of y'all who love it. And this gameplay is really showing you exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this breakdown. So go ahead and watch it, and let's get straight into it. In NBA 2K25, it is a huge user base problem, man. This user base in NBA 2K25 is so bad, it's ridiculous. It's like they're in complete denial, thinking that if 2K keeps the game broken, it somehow gives them a chance. But in reality, it just makes average players bad and bad players just straight up trash. Whenever I play outside of a set squad, it's like I get matched with dudes who have no badges and they just brought the game today. I witnessed the most brain dead basketball you can imagine. It's as if these players load up to just lose on purpose. This game itself is already broken, and the user base just makes things worse by overestimating their skills. Here's the thing. I'm realistic. I know I'm not the best 2K player in the world. I'm just good at the game. And I've been playing since Dreamcast days. I understand the mechanics. With the right pieces, I always give myself a chance to win because I know my limitations. I'm competitive but self-aware. I even work daily to get better. These other players, though, they act like they just gods, thinking they can do whatever they want with no limits. They play like they in my career on rookie. I don't understand it. I honestly cannot understand it. And that mindset is the root of the problems with the user base. But I have all of the main problems broken down. Number one, this is the number one problem when you go into most user lobbies: shot selection. Majority of players, especially those new to the game, are lacking a deep understanding of basketball strategies or 2K strategies in general, which the how to play 2K hasn't really changed much outside of them messing with the speed and deep shooting no longer being as effective as it used to be. But they often rush their shots. This impatience results in attempts taken under unfavorable conditions, such as contested shots. They are constantly shooting while being closely guarded, reducing the likelihood of scoring. Shooting in crowds or shooting over double teams, just straight brainless shot selection. Super deep long range attempts, opting for extra difficult long range shots without proper setup or positioning or the correct build to do so. Dudes be having no limitless range on their build, shooting at hash or behind hash. This 2K, even with limitless range, that is not a high percentage shot. They purposely have killed limitless range to kill the 5 out, which to me, in my opinion, is personally dumb, because 5 out just won the championship. We're watching 5 out literally go translate into real basketball more and more. Like, I know it was once just a 2K thing and most teams wasn't running 5 out, but now damn near every team is looking to run 5 out. And if they're not running 5 out, they're running a 4 out 1 in. There's never a time where it's just a bunch of cuts and all this random stuff that be going on that you see in these lobbies. Off balance shots, another problem. People be taking shots without proper footing, shooting moving shots when they can't even hit standing still, or excessive dribbling, spamming the same moves over and over, going nowhere, just wasting stamina, which also gonna lower your chances of making that shot anywhere in the first place. Such decisions are often made without utilizing the full shot clock to create better opportunities, leading to low shooting percentage and increased turnovers. The community feedback has been clear. The 2K community has expressed concerns regarding this trend. Players have noted that bad shot selection is often reinforced by the game itself. 2K makes the problem worse by allowing bad shots to go in. When a user sees a terrible shot fall, they think they can continue with that same shot selection. This leads to them throwing the game for their team as they keep taking low quality shots that eventually stop falling, and then they just quit the game. As you're going to see, most of the people in the background footage, if you're watching it, you're going to see most of my team quit after selling. Players have called for 2K to buff open shots, including myself, and nerf contested shots to discourage this behavior. Rewarding smart basketball should be the priority, and punish reckless play would improve the overall experience. Additionally, the game's mechanics that allow players to drive into the paint on multiple defenders in position needs to be nerfed entirely. The ability to force points in heavy traffic not only ruins the realism, but it encourages bad habits. This nonsense of rewarding randoms for bad play has to stop. I step into a randoms game, and most times, 2 minutes into it, I just want to quit. Like this game, I knew after a while that it was going to be an L, but I couldn't quit, so I just kept playing my game. As you can see, I even outplayed my matchup, but what does it matter when you matched with a team around you that is completely trash? I feel like in this game, I was automatically set up for a loss by 2K themselves. It wouldn't have been nothing you can do to win this game when you playing with people that's just as bad at the game. But I can't even quit if I wanted to, because 2K has a system to punish you for not wanting to waste your time, but they have no system in place to punish users who make you want to quit by just being sellouts. The grading system caters to bums. It doesn't encourage intelligent gameplay. And the impact is you see people consistently settling for low quality shots has several consequences. It's reduced scoring efficiency. You see lower field goal percentages across the community, and that's due to taking low IQ shots and the game shooting already being trash. The game shooting is already butt poop dog water, but most users are not making it any better by taking dumb shot after dumb shot. It's a team disruption. Teammates may become frustrated, leading to decreased morale and cohesion. That's where players stop coming up the court. They start standing at half court or leave a man open, standing out of bounds, doing all that. It's literally influenced by these problems. By most of it is bad shot selection. And then it's the opponent advantage. Missed low IQ shots result in fast break opportunities for opponents. You're going to see that a bunch in this gameplay. You're either the team on the break in random lobbies, are you with the team with the low IQ players handing the other team the win? It ain't even really a competition. It's either you're on one side or you're on the other side. It's rare that you get a evenly matched game in a random lobby. Strategies for improvement. To enhance the shot selection and overall gameplay, users should be utilizing the shot clock. Be patient, work the ball around, find an open teammate, or create better scoring opportunities. Never force a shot early unless it's open or a shot that you know you can make. 2, understand your build strength and know your player's shooting ranges and tendencies to make informed decisions. Play within your build's capacity. 3, implement intelligent relocation around the 3-point line after drives, using intelligent movement to create open looks and high percentage shots. Have patience. Don't just pinball around like randoms that you with. Never stoop down to their level. A lot of times that's exactly what they want. They want you to do the same brain dead activity that they're doing. They want to see you take dumb shots. Do not allow yourself to stoop down to that level. 4, seek feedback. You need to utilize the game's shot feedback feature and analyze the shot quality and make necessary adjustments. 5, discipline is key. Avoid the temptation to take the first shot that's available. I am telling you. Instead, aim for quality over quantity. Like if you're open, but a man is starting to rotate over, and you see him coming from the corner, just extra pass it to the corner for the wide open corner 3. When you show love, it makes your team more encouraged to do the same. I'm not saying that they will, because trust me, it's not a guarantee, but at least You don't have to be a part of the problem. By focus on these strategies and with the improvements in 2K's game mechanics, if they ever care, players would be forced to learn smarter shot selection, leading to more enjoyable and competitive gameplay. Number two, one of the biggest problems in the community is low defensive awareness and positioning. A major issue in the NBA 2K25 community. One of the most common complaints among experienced NBA 2K players is how poorly many users approach defense. Like it's as if they really don't care. Like the defensive awareness and positioning are essential in basketball, but many players lack the discipline or understanding needed to play effective defense, causing chaos for teams and giving opponents easy opportunities to score, which is exactly what they were doing. Exactly what they were doing. It really is sad, bruh. And the key defensive mistakes by player is number one, ball watching. Instead of playing defense, one of the worst habits among casual players, are not even casual, just bot players, is they constantly are ball watching instead of focusing on their defensive assignments. And the reason I don't just say casuals no more is because I know some people who casually play the game when they off work or da da da, but they will get on here and bust your ass. So it's not even a casual, it's these bot low IQ players. Like, instead of guarding a man or positioning themselves properly to contest shots, they fixate on the ball handler, leaving their assigned player wide open for easy looks or backdoor cuts. Like, the fact so many dudes get backdoored over and over and over again in one game, it's ridiculous. This lack of focus on on ball defense, on and off ball defense, is one of the most leading causes to defensive breakdowns in 2K25. Like the lack of focus on off ball defense is just really sad. Like dudes really don't know how to play off ball defense. Like I see way too many dudes scoring off cuts that shouldn't be. Like everybody get hit with a cut here and there, especially if you play in the lanes and you a little aggressive in them. But you need to know when to be aggressive and when to tailor that back. But you should never be giving up 10 cuts, 5 cuts in a game. You just at that point you trash. Like you really trash. Number two, overcommitting on defense. Players often try too hard to steal the ball or contest every single play. This leads to overcommitting, leaving lanes wide open for easy drives to the basket. For example, spamming the steal button results in missed attempts, leave defenders out of position, and essentially you giving up offense for free on just a free little pass and score. And you should never really use the X when you play in the lanes anyway. Use the analog, let go of turbo. That's the best way to play it. Point blank, period. Number three, poor rotations. Team defense relies heavily on rotations, especially when playing against skilled opponents that run pick and rolls or drive and kick plays. Many players fail to rotate properly. You have no hope in a random lobby. You have no hope. When you get matched up against a team that's a set team and you playing with randoms, you have no hope on anything that involves switching or rotations. It's over. That's why it shouldn't happen, but 2K still allows it to happen. But it's going to be a guarantee either leaving the paint unguarded or failing to cover shooters on the perimeter. This is especially frustrating in modes like rec, the rec lobbies or proving ground lobbies. Like it's where one player's lack of defensive awareness can collapse the entire team defense. It's over with, bro. It just take one dude on the court with no defensive IQ, and you basically might as well just hand the game over or just set your controller down because it's over with. If a dude ain't committed to playing defense in this game, bro, it's over with. You're not going to be able to overcome that. Number four, chasing blocks instead of playing smart defense. Block chasing is a massive problem in 2K25. Too many players attempt to block every shot, even in situations where it's unnecessary or low percentage. This often results in fouls or open putbacks for the offense are simply taking themselves out to play. Smart players know that staying grounded and walling up and contesting shots with a good positioning is far more effective than just spamming the jump button because it keeps you in position to get that rebound. I only really get the jumping for blocks when I notice they scoring over my wall up. Like, it got to be a dude showing me that I need to jump to contest his shot. If not, then I'm gonna just wall up and get that board. I don't really care for the actual to have a bunch of blocks. Like, I don't chase stats. Number 5, especially when I'm on my center, it's never. I'm you the last, you the backbone. Like, you can't be out there looking stupid. Number 5, failing to guard the corners in the perimeter. Man, this is sad. Like, it's really sad. In modes like rec, proving grounds, or park lobbies, man, players are notorious for sagging off too far off their man in the corners or the 3-point line. You should never give up corner threes, bruh. Never. It's just it's in 2K, that's a cardinal sin. Just point blank period. You shouldn't do it. While some stat sagging is strategic, as I showed you on some of my defensive videos, these players often leave elite shooters wide open because they don't understand spacing or anticipate kickouts. This lack of perimeter discipline is a major reason why so many games spiral out of control, as you're going to see in this gameplay. It wasn't not only them feeding them fast breaks, but it was also dudes just not guarding their man. Number 6 is no understanding of help defense. Many players don't understand the concept of help defense, or when it's appropriate, they either overhelp, leaving their man wide open for easy shots, or they stay glued to their man when a teammate clearly needs help containing the drive. And they be guarding people who can't even shoot, bro. He 1 for 5. Why you still holding the corner? Like, let him prove that he can shoot. Proper help defense requires awareness, communication, the ability to recover, which many users lack, and they're not going to do in these random lobbies. It's like, as soon as you try to start communicating on defense, dudes feel like they getting attacked. Number 7, standing still on defense. So, surprisingly, a common mistake among bot players is standing still or running in random directions on defense. Instead of staying active, players often fail to anticipate ball movement, don't stay in a defensive stance, and are late to react to cuts or screens. This lack of movement makes them a liability and puts unnecessary pressure on teammates to cover for their mistakes. Man, they don't understand. And how these affect gameplay, it's just easy points for opponents. Poor defense allows the even an average offensive players to dominate the game with wide open shots, layups, and dunks. It's going to frustrate the entire team. Bad defense is contagious. Teammates get frustrated when one player constantly leave their assignment, leading to arguments and poor team morale. Like, dudes be focused more on arguing than they even focused on the team that they're playing against. Just no skill development. Players who don't take time to improve their defensive awareness continue to rely on bad habits, which limits their growth and enjoyment of the game. How players can easily improve their defense: stay disciplined, avoid spamming steal or block buttons. Just focus on staying in front of your man and using the right stick to wall up and contest shots. Number 2, watch your matchup. Always pay attention to your assigned player, especially off ball. Learn to anticipate cuts and rotations. 3, communicate with your team. In modes like rec or proving grounds, communication is key. Call out switches, screens, and rotations to keep the defense organized. It's sad most users don't communicate until they're frustrated, when the communicating early in the game may have prevented the very things that caused anger in the first place. 4, learn spacing and help defense. Understand when to help a teammate and when to stay home. Focus on maintaining good positioning and trust your teammates to do their job. 5, practice defensive IQ. Study real basketball or watch defensive tutorials. I have multiple on my page. I have one for guards and one for bigs to help understand concepts like hedging screens, baiting passes, and playing the passing lanes. Like that, it's a must. It's you really gotta. Those things are a must. You can't neglect those things. If you don't know how to do them, figure them out. 6, staying active. Always move your player with intent. Anticipate where the ball is going, and don't just stand still on defense. I like putting my hands on the man that I'm defending, then I back up. I'm always in anticipation of a cut when I'm off ball. I move around, like I move forward, touch him, and then back up, stand a little bit close to him, then back up, stand a little space, then close the space. I just like to throw off my matchup's rhythm. Bottom line, in NBA 2K25, defense is just as important as offense, but too many players neglect the fundamentals. Low defensive awareness, poor positioning not only hurt individual performance, but it also drags down entire teams. By recognizing these bad habits and committing to improvement, players can become smarter defenders and elevate their game to the next level. The overall problem number three, you cannot communicate a game plan without it becoming toxic. One of the biggest frustrations in NBA 2K25, especially in modes like Rec, Theater, or Proving Grounds, when you load up randomly, is the inability to effectively communicate with teammates without things spiraling into arguments or outright toxic behavior. It's like everything just become instantly toxic. For players who want to strategize or improve team play, the issues can be a massive roadblock, turning what could be fun, collaborative experience into a frustrating mess. Why communication fails in NBA 2K25. Players take feedback such as, as criticism. Many players interpret even the most constructive suggestions as a personal attack. For example, try suggesting a teammate take smarter shots or rotate better on defense often leads to defensive responses like you're trash or worry about yourself. Instead of being open to improving or adapting, players immediately shut down or retaliate with insults. Don't even consider asking the PG to allow you to bring the ball up a few possessions to help improve flow, which sometimes is needed, especially if the offense isn't producing. These dudes just don't want to come off ball because number two, it's egos over teamwork. A major barrier to communication is the ego many players bring to the game. Too many players think they're the star player, the LeBron or Kobe, and everybody else on the squad is just a dude that's there. And they refuse to listen to anyone. These players often dismiss game plans, refuse to adapt, and actively sabotage efforts to create a cohesive strategy because they believe their way is the only way and they want to win as the star of the game or lose as long as they get in stats or highlights. Lack of basketball IQ. Another problem many players simply don't understand. Basketball fundamentals. When somebody is suggests running a pick and roll, setting an off-bounce screen, or switching defensive assignments, it goes over their heads. Instead of asking questions or trying to learn, these players react with hostility, assuming any suggestion is an attack on their skill level versus making adjustments to win the game. That's all it's supposed to be about, like adjustments. Trash talk escalates quickly. Trash talk, which is common in online gaming, can quickly escalate into a full-blown toxicity in 2K25. Instead of productive communication, the game chat often devolves into name calling, blame shifting. Players call out others for every mistake, missed shots, turnovers, or bad defense without offering solutions, which kills any chance of building team chemistry. My motto is if you don't speak on the good, then you cannot speak on the bad. That is law. Number five, the no leadership structure. In modes like random rec, proving ground, random lobbies, theater, anything that you playing with random, there is no clear team leader. You can't even try to be the leader without a designated voice to guide the team. Multiple players often try to take charge, leading to clashing of opinions and chaotic communication. This lack of organization makes it nearly impossible to establish a game plan or make adjustments mid games. Random lobbies are filled with dudes on edge, ready to argue over anything. Examples of toxic behavior in game plan communication. The blame game. A player misses a shot, and instead of moving on, someone yells, "Why would you take that shot?" Which often turns into a back and forth argument rather than a discussion about improving shot selection. I can understand if a person misses a shot, but if you like if they're repeatedly taking bad shots, I understand. But one bad shot should never make you crash out. Because we all sometimes think we open and then we end up playing better defense than we anticipated because the game is all played off anticipating. You might be anticipating one thing to happen and it doesn't happen. It's just 2K for you. Ignoring suggestions. A teammate asks to slow down the pace or focus on defense only to be with, "Nah, I'm good," or "Stop telling me how to play." Mocking mistakes. Instead of offering constructive feedback, players mock their teammates for turnovers or bad positioning, saying things like, "Do you even know how to play?" And how that toxicity affects gameplay. It kills the team chemistry. Toxic communication fractures the team, making it impossible to work together effectively. They literally will stop passing you the ball. Like they're not passing each other the ball when they open, just kills the whole point of basketball, which is to get as many open shots as possible. And then all it's going to do is lead to blame shifting. Instead of taking accountabilities, players point fingers, which distracts everyone from fixing the actual problems. Too many users lack accountability. It just ruins the fun. Toxic Toxicity just turns what should be a fun, competitive experience into an exercise and just maintaining not being frustrated, bro. Like how players could improve communication. Start with positivity. When suggesting a game plan, frame it as a team effort instead of a criticism. For example, instead of saying, stop taking bad shots, try, let's move the ball around for better looks, y'all. It's all about tone. It's all about how you word it. It would allow them to reveal their hand either by they're here for self or stats that will actually, or do they actually care about winning. It's going to all show in the response, and how the gameplay after will reveal itself. You don't got to argue with them. Focus on solutions, not blame. If something isn't working, don't dwell on mistakes. Off the alternative is like, hey, let's try running the pick and roll next possession, or let's lock in on defense and switch on screens. Let's try spacing the floor and let the PG call cuts to cut down turnovers, etc. You got to look to make positive feedback. Know when to let it go. If your teammate refuses to listen, don't keep pushing. Focus on your own game and do what's best to adapt. Arguing mid game only wastes time and energy. Boy, this is a reminder for myself. My desire to win be having me ready to jump through the TV on these dudes, bro, and give them a beating that they'll never forget. Use nonverbal cues. If communication is breaking down, use in-game mechanics like icon passes to the open man and positioning to guide yourself, to guide your team without speaking. For example, use screens, cuts to encourage ball movement. A lot of dudes don't realize if your guards and wings start setting you screens, 9 times out of 10, they want you to move the ball, bro. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't getting it done. Just coming up the court every day. And every dude just say, I don't need screens on me. But if you coming up the court not getting it done, screens gonna be set, bro. That's a nonverbal cue that you ain't getting it done. Lead by example. Show your teammates what good gameplay looks like. Play unselfish. Prioritize defense. Make smart decisions. Often, teammates will follow suit when they see someone else leading effectively. I'm not saying that that's 100% what's going to work, because you've seen me playing my game in the first gameplay. I'm going to have a second gameplay as well, threes video just for y'all. I'll be playing threes. But it doesn't matter. Some cases, dudes are not going to follow your lead no matter what. 6, you got to mute toxic players, bro. If someone is derailing communication with constant toxicity, do not hesitate to mute them. Focus on the game and avoid engaging in negativity. The bottom line: toxicity in NBA 2K25 will ruin any chance of creating and executing the game plan. Players who let their egos dominate the game only hurt themselves and their team by fostering positive communication, focusing on solutions, and avoid unnecessary arguments. Players who can build stronger teams and create more enjoyable experiences for everyone. I'm telling you, if you focus on the positive, bro, I know sometimes it don't always work and it be hard to be positive sometimes, but you got to do your best in these random lobbies. Another huge problem: playing out of position and using the wrong builds. A common issue in NBA 2K25 is players choosing builds and positions that don't align with their actual skill set, ruining the team dynamics. Playing out of position. Many players pick roles like point guards or center without understanding the responsibilities, leading to poor playmaking, bad spacing, or a lack of interior defense. For example, bro, this is like one of the saddest things. Players in big man builds often camp at the 3-point line instead of controlling the paint, leaving their team vulnerable to rebounds and easy points. Using builds they can't handle. I got a whole video on that. Players gonna frequently pick flashy builds like high difficulty dribble heavy guards or sharpshooters without mastering the required mechanics to really show these skills off. This leads to missed opportunities, turnovers, and bad shot selection that sink the entire team. And the impact on gameplay is it's just going to create more mismatches as players can't fulfill their roles, forces teammates to overcompensate, so it leads to frustration and just sloppy play. It reduces the team effectiveness and chances of winning. How to improve: Play within your skill set. Choose builds and positions that complement your play style. If you're not great at handling the ball, avoid point guard builds. If you can't read the court fast, avoid point guard builds. If you don't like having most of the responsibility on your plate, avoid the point guard build. Understand roles. Learn what your position requires. Centers should control the paint, point guards should facilitate, and so on. Practice first. Don't just jump into team modes with unfamiliar build. Master the basics in my career or offline modes first. By sticking to roles they can excel in, players can better contribute to their teams and create a smoother and more enjoyable experience for everyone. Another huge problem: lack of focus on winning and offensive awareness. Another major issue in NBA 2K25 is players who prioritize flashy plays over or selfish behavior over team success. Many users seem completely disconnected from the goal of efficient winning basketball. No awareness of team offense. Players just run around aimlessly, clogging lanes, ignoring spacing, making poor decisions with the ball. Instead of working within the flow of the offense, they force bad shots, over dribble, stalling out possessions. There's no sense of efficiency. Some players take low percentage shots, chase highlight plays, or refuse to pass to the open teammates. This kills ball movement and puts unnecessary pressure on the team to make up for wasted possessions. The impact on gameplay is just stagnant offenses and turnovers. Frustration from teammates who are trying to play smart basketball creates missed opportunities for easy points. It's easy to improve. Just play smart basketball. Focus on creating open looks and making the extra pass instead of forcing contested shots. Understand the offensive concepts. Learn the basics of spacing, cutting, and ball movement to play more effectively. Value winning. Prioritize team success over personal stats or flashy plays. Being more aware of their offensive responsibilities, players can help teams perform better and enjoy a more competitive experience. Another huge issue: refusal to feed the hot hand. Got a whole video on that. It's one of the most frustrating issues in NBA 2K25 is players ignoring the teammate who is clearly in rhythm. Instead of feeding a hot hand, some players prioritize their own scoring attempts. Even when it's clear they aren't effective, they have a lack of awareness. They fail to realize when a teammate is dominating. Whether it's hitting multiple shots in a row, they will be having like, man, a lot of times I got, what is it? That the flame, the fireball by your name. I'm trying to think of what it is. It don't even work as good, but y'all know what I'm talking about. When you didn't hit multiple shots in a row and it's gonna boost your fourth shot, they still not giving you the ball. It just be selfish play. Instead of riding the momentum of the hot hand, some players force their own shots, killing the flow of the offense and wasting possessions. The impact on gameplay be clear. It just stopped the team from capitalizing on momentum, demoralizes the player who's performing well, getting right out of flow, and it's just going to lead to inefficient possessions that drop the scoring output. And it's easy to improve. All you got to do is identify the hot hand, pay attention to who's scoring efficiently, give the ball to them in spots where they can succeed. If you play unselfish and focus on team success by feeding the player with the best chance to score rather than forcing shots yourself, and communicate, let teammates know to keep feeding a hot hand until the defensive adjusts. You don't go away from a player just because you feel like he getting it too much. You keep on feeding him until the defense makes an adjustment. Feeding a hot hand is one of the most fundamental parts of winning basketball. Ignoring it only hurts the team's success. And that's a wrap, MVP gang. You already know how it goes. NBA 2K25 is a jungle, and we just out here trying to survive the chaos. If you felt this rant, drop a like, hit subscribe, turn that total notification bell on, and don't ever miss another banger. Also, don't forget to comment below. What's the most brainless thing that you've seen in a random doing 2K25? Let's talk about it. And remember, March Madness giveaway is live. Become a member, join the Discord, link is in the description, and stay active to qualify. Winners will be announced April 1st, no joke. So stay locked in, stay tuned in for more heat, and until next time, keep your IQ high and your jumpers green. It's your boy Pravi MVP signing out. Blessings to the Most High. Peace.